Heyo! Welcome back to another stream of Stationeers Mars Tips and Tricks. So when we left off last time, we had just got some atmosphere in our base, organized our gear, and got our power up and running and our furnace going. So now, today's objective, I think what we're going to do is get some plants growing, a little food and water. So we've got our water tank here, and we've got our hydroponic supplies here, which we're going to probably set up. We've got a nice glass structure, so we're going to probably put our plants here so they can get some sunlight as the sun travels across through the day. We may need to use some artificial lighting to back it up, but that's what we'll be working on today. So I'm going to put my suit back on here just so I have a little light because we're in shadow. This is our hydroponic supplies. I'm going to take it off there because we're probably going to end up putting it in that location. And then we're going to need to get this container mount off the floor because we don't need it there. And we can open up our supplies and start setting it up. Probably move this fella out of the way too. That there for now. So what I'm thinking is we've got 5 kits. So these are trays. You put your plants in the tray. At each end is a spot to connect water. So pipes go in there, pipes go in there. We do have water here. And we do have a connector, but I think we used it up. So we may have to make another one. Oh, no, we got an extra one right there. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is probably put our connector down there. I just need to move this oxygen out of the way. And we're going to want power and water. So that's our main power line. That's our auxiliary power line. You certainly don't want to mix those two up. You saw what happened last time. We don't have room there, so it's going to come down there. We could probably run it through there. So let's take our water connector and put it here. I'm thinking, and then we can grab some pipes and some trays. Okay, put down our trays, put down our pipes, close this fella up, move him out of the way, grab our water container, and we're going to put our water container on the connector, grab our wrench, and then attach the water to the connector. Now what I'm going to do is take this input here, and I'm going to connect it to there. And that will take this water from this container and put it in those trays. So our plants have some water to drink. We have 56 kilopascals and 17 degrees in here. 17 degrees, if we open up our Stationpedia and we're going to grow potatoes, so we look at potatoes, you can see in the growth parameters, they like a minimum ideal of 20 and a maximum of 30. So it's just a bit cool in here, but that's okay. We can certainly over time with the sun rising, it's going to heat up off the glass and heat up the interior. So we're probably safe to plant. Oh, look at this. We have wheat and we have soybeans. Let's see. Let's do 2 potatoes. 2 wheat. And we'll leave the soybeans for now. Might as well do all 3 potatoes, I guess. Just gonna put my suit back on so I can see what's going on here. Okay, so they are thriving in darkness. Now, did they give us a grow light? They did. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the center tray if you put down 7 trays. 1, 2, 3. This would be 4, then 5, 6, and 7. And the reason I say 7 is because if you put your grow light on the wall, you put your power over the center tray, it will do 3 each side plus the middle one. So we can put that like so. And now we just got to hook power up to it. But we got to come off of this power, which is the main power. And I'm thinking what I might do is run a separate circuit. I believe we have an area power control, which we do here. And I can place this gonna need a frame, I think. Switch over to some sheets, weld them up, so we have a place to stand. And then we can put our area power control, which will be for this room, off of this power line. What I can do is move that over one to connect to that line. And then we can run some cable inside. To our grow light. Now our grow light should have power. So I can put this stuff back. And let's go inside and take a look. No power. Why is there no power? Oh, look at that. We got our first storm. If I take this here, that in there. Let's see if we have power.
Power low.
There we go. Now we've got power. So if this stays on 24/7, these plants will get what's called light darkness deficiency. So too much light, they get sick. Too much darkness, they get sick. So what we can do is we can automate that later on with some computer programming. But for now, we'll just do it manually. So my concern is this is now draining. I'm not sure why, so I need to figure that out. Hydration is critical. Well, let's fix that problem right now. We've got a water bottle filler, which I'm thinking we can put here. Power on the top, water on the bottom. Get some pipes, which we have here. Grab a wrench. Connect the water bottle filler to this pipe. Grab this power cable and run it from here across. Take this empty water bottle, put it in there, turn it on, boom, we've got water. Water's coming in here. We have 51 liters of water, which is quite a lot of water. So we're not in a concern about water, but we might as well drink some while we're in here. Okay, and our food is a little low. I think we have a cereal bar on the go over here. Okay, we're all topped up. Now, we have some empty spaces in there, so I can move this here. Save that for later. Sure, I saw. There we go. And we should be able to get rid of this container now. All right. We can put that with the others outside. And let's say we take this. For now. And we'll just put this down here. We can close that guy up. We can get the wrench out. Put him in place. And then he's out of the way for now. Okay, so our food is going. The way you can tell how the plants are doing is by putting your pointer on them and reading the message that comes up. You can get a plant analyzer for your tablet, which we'll probably make just so we can monitor the plants, and it will tell us our level of darkness. Concerned about is, aha, I know what I did wrong. Okay, so let's put my studios on, close it up. What I did wrong is I hooked that area power control to the input line. This is the output line. This is where the area power control should be hooked up. So I need to disconnect that. And I need to figure out, well, I'm going to run the power from here over to there. I think I'm just going to move this whole thing. So we've got power coming inside. And we need to get it over to there from... We can't put it through here. We can't put it through here. And we can't put it through there because we've got power going there. So we're going to have to bring it through probably this side. It's a little ugly, but it'll do for now. Can't bring it. We can bring it across here. I don't think we can bring it under the connector. No. Can't bring it there. Can't bring it through there. Perhaps up is the way to go. So if you put it on and stick it into the room, then you can take it off. We've certainly made this more difficult than it needs to be. Oh, then we run into problems there with power. My. All right, well, first we have to fix our solar panels. So because there was a storm, the solar panels have been damaged. So if I put my pointer over, you'll see they now have damages at 54%. The way you can fix them is by using duct tape, or there's a workaround where you can just disassemble them and then reassemble them. Now, to make duct tape, I believe you need a tool printer. Yes. Duct tape in the tool printer. We do not have a tool printer. So the easiest fix is to remove the glass. Take them down and then put them back up. First you have to put the power on the right way. Then you put your glass back in. And there you go. Repaired. Okay, now we have to sort out this power problem. That's why you need to think these things through ahead of time. All right, so we've got to get power to these fellas without going across that line. And the easiest way to do that is going to be for now is to bring it across the floor. Oh, we ran out of cable, so we'll go make some more cable. Put that away, put that away, put that out of the way. And we're out of copper in there. Do we have any copper? No, and no. I guess we're out of copper. Might have to go do some mining. All right. Let's go get some copper. Oh, there's some right nearby. Doesn't appear to be a huge deposit. I have to go do some more digging before the sun goes down. Oh, got lucky. Alrighty, that should be enough copper to get us going. Put our drill away, see what our temperature's at. I don't think that's enough. Copper ingot, we need 327 Celsius, 600 K. We are 577 K. at 9 megapascals. So let's let a little pressure out. You can see the pressure is coming out there. And the reason I'm letting pressure out is because we can heat it up faster with the smaller amount of pressure. The more pressure you have in there, the more volatiles and oxide you need to increase the temperature. So get that down to 3. Wait till the temperature here, you see external temperature is 2 degrees. 1 degree. Okay, now we can put some ice in our hands. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 volatiles.
Power critical.
1, 2, oxide. Activate the pump, get that going. Let's put some power in our suit. Apparently it's critical. And we have certainly enough temperature at this point to make some copper. Now that we have copper, we can make some cables. Might as well smelt this while we got the temperature. So, due to poor planning by yours truly, we're going to have some very ugly wiring here. But it can't be helped. We can certainly fix it later, but we probably should have thought it through ahead of time and planned it out a little better. But in the interim, we'll get it working because we don't want our plants to suffer. I'm going to see if I can make that plant cartridge. Plant analyzer. I can. So I'm going to make one, and that'll allow us to monitor our plants. So if I put this here, I've got the plant analyzer in it. You can see there's no deficiency right now in light or darkness, so we're good. Illumination stress is 5%, so we're doing actually pretty well. We've got good carbon dioxide, no pollutant, no volatiles. Temperature is good. We are in good shape. All right, so where were we? I have to say this is very sloppy. But we will work around and fix it later. Okay, so if we monitor the illumination stress, so it looks like they can 1 hour either way. Light per day, 5 minutes. Darkness per day, 3 minutes. So we need to make sure they have 5 minutes of light per day and 3 minutes and 20 seconds of darkness per day. If you go outside of those parameters, then they get damaged. They are thriving, so we're in good shape. Okay, and we've got this water bottle. We can put it in here. All right, and our power is in good shape. So we've got our plants hooked up. They are growing. We're going to need a way to cook them. So they give you a kit and some eggs, which are 67% damaged. In order to save those eggs, I would have to build a fridge. I don't know if we have what is necessary to build a fridge. I know you need steel. Let's take a look. Is it in here? It is. And oh, we can build one. It's not crazy expensive, so let's build one. Maybe we can make some chickens later. So you have very little time to save those chickens, and then you have to come up with chicken food. They eat wheat and soybeans, which they did give us. So perhaps, if we hurry, we can preserve these eggs and make a chicken. So what I'll do is I'll put the table there. I'll put the fridge here, because the power for the fridge is on the back, I believe. So if I put the fridge there, we can hook up the power there. Turn it on, pop it open, grab those eggs, put them in the fridge, and that will slow their decay. And you check the fridge, you can see, oh, we have to put in the atmospheric analyzer. Check the fridge, and you can see it's at minus 131. So it will keep those alive temporarily. All right, so I want to put up a table. It's going to need power. I'm thinking right there, so I'm going to have to move this fella. And pick this guy up. Put our table. I want to have room to be able to get in and out of the fridge. Put some power. There we go. We got some power, and we're going to hook up our microwave. This is so we can cook our food that grows out of here. So you pick up your microwave, you walk over to the table, you're going to plug it into that plug there. So what you do is you press T, Tango, and you can just drop it anywhere on the table. Then you use the wrench, and it will attach the microwave to the table. See, plugs it in. Now, when I power the table, I can power the microwave, like so. Okay, so now we have the ability, once we have some potatoes, we can store them in the fridge here, and we can cook them in there. What do we want to do with this guy? How much stuff do we have in here? That's all food. Okay, I'm going to put these in my inventory, which I wish I had remembered I had those earlier. We got some spots there. Spot there. We're going to put that there. Three spots there. Just seeing if I can get enough room to get rid of this container. That's our emergency pill. We want to save that. What I could do is I could, as we have a fridge, just store some stuff in the fridge. let's empty our waste tank. So our plants are going to use carbon dioxide. They are going to release oxygen, which is good. So that's no deficiency. That's good. We have 7.15. So they're going to eat up that carbon dioxide and they're going to spit out oxygen, which is good for us. And later we can recapture that oxygen. We're not in a big rush right now because we do have oxide on this planet. Light is 7%. I'm going to turn that off for now. Okay, so we are now in the spot or position, I should say. We have oxygen. No matter how I put this down, I never get this part here facing the right direction. It's a mystery to me. Anyway, I'll just, oh, well, that's sort of where I want it, but I want it over here. And as soon as I move it, it's going to be in the wrong spot. Yep, of course. Okay, so we've got our oxygen set up. We can breathe the atmosphere in here, so let's not waste our oxygen. All right, so we've set up our food. We've got our water here. We do have extra water here. Comes with an insulated canister package of water and this utility. You can put it in this and hook that to the pipe and you just use the 12 liters out of that. But since we have the giant water container, I just went with the giant water container instead. Okay. We have 1 wheat left. Put that in the fridge just so all our seeds are in one spot. And we just need this to grow and then we can get the seeds off of it. And then we're going to need. So when you have wheat, you can turn wheat into cereal bars, but to turn wheat into cereal bars, you need to make flour. And to make flour, you need to add another device here. So if I look up flour, it is made pulverized wheat in a reagent processor. So that's what we're going to need. And that is made in a tier 1 printer. So let's go make one of those. Eventually, we're going to want lots of wheat. And we're going to want lots of soybeans too, because if we're going to have chickens, we got to be able to feed them soybeans. All right, so reagent processor. Let's print out one of them. Thumbs up. Power is 385, 114 and going up. Okay, good. We're making power. Power's in good shape. Battery's in good shape. Put some of this stuff back. Almost done. Okay. So let's go attach our reagent processor. So what you do is you take your raw soybeans and your raw wheat and you put it in this. It's basically just like a blender, food mixer. Lay it on the table, attach it, boom. You put your raw material in here, turn this on, and then this tray pops out with whatever you're making, flour or soybean oil or whatever it is that you're using. I'll show you that in the future. All right, well, I think we're going to call it there for the day. That is, our food is growing. You can see we're in stage 2 of our growth. We are thriving towards fruiting, which is what we want. Then seeding, then we take the seeds, save them, grab the food, and then we can cook it in there, and we're all set. All right, so I think we'll call it there. Next time we will automate this grow light so we don't have to keep an eye on it. And we're going to automate these solar panels so we don't have to keep an eye on them. And then they will automatically track with the sun, which will increase our power because all three will always be facing the sun at all the time. And then we'll have to do some more mining, and then we'll go from there. All right, take care. We'll see you next time.